So, where does Canelo go from here? I'll tell you this right now. I don't want anything other than Canelo versus Benavidez next year, Cinco de Mayo weekend. There's nobody except Benavidez or Bivol again, if the rematch happens. And if it does, I think it would be a better fight at 168. But Bivol is a 175 pounder. I think he is a naturally 168 maybe, because he for a light heavyweight, there's some big boys up there. And I think Benavidez is getting to the point of his career that it's getting difficult. Every single fight is getting difficult for him to make 168. Benavidez is a big dude. He should be a light heavyweight. I mean, any other fighter, they would have been a light heavyweight, by the point that he's at right now. If you look at him on the scale, whenever he makes 168, he looks very drained. But I think Canelo should go ahead and make that fight, depending on what happens. Benavidez versus Boo Boo, but but I mean, for that fight, Benavidez should win. Boo Boo is a great fighter, but I don't think he's been there in the top, and he hasn't been fighting the top. So I think that he does have skills, and he does belong to be in there with Benavidez, but I think Benavidez is ultimately going to be too much for Andre. So whenever Benavidez is successful in his fight with versus Demetrius Andrade, I think that fight should be the one next. If anything else comes, I don't want to see Terence Crawford move up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo. It's Terence Crawford has the skills and he's great. He's elite. But size matters. Size matters. Canelo's just way. I mean, he looked like a tank at 168. He looks like even on fight night, the way his body just rehydrates, the way his body keeps the muscle and it's amazing what Canelo's body can do. So I don't want to see that fight just because I think he's just going to be too much for Crawford, where he's just going to bully him all night long, and Terence Crawford is not going to be able to keep him off of him. I don't think he has the power to keep Canelo off of him. Now, I would be interested if Terence Crawford on the next fight, moves up to 160 and fights like, the biggest challenges there, and he makes easy work out of them. Then yeah, I might be interested. But for right now, I just don't see it playing out in Crawford's way. I've said it in the past that I think he would be the one that could beat Canelo, but after thinking about it and after this past weekend, the fight, it's just, I don't know. The fight that I really, really do want to see is Benavidez versus Canelo. I think Benavidez has the size, has the heart, most importantly, the heart to take it to Canelo. Benavidez hasn't helped himself his case, with failing drug test, with other things here and there, missing weight, things like that. But there's a reason why Canelo hasn't fought Benavidez, and I'm gonna get so much hate for this because they think I am discrediting or calling Canelo a duck. But the reality is there's been a lot of moments where Canelo can make the Benavidez fight and he hasn't made the fight. So, and everybody's going to pull the who has Benavidez won. I could care less. I don't care. If he's beaten anybody, it should be a lot easier for Canelo to beat him. I just want to see the fight. Stylistically, it makes a lot of sense. Benavidez has heart. He will not take a no for an answer. And he's a big dude. Now, I don't want to see Canelo. I don't want to see Canelo lose. That's not what I'm trying to get here, because everybody's like, oh, Canelo haters. They always want him to lose. No, I just want to see Canelo bring out his best attributes, where if he beats a Benavidez, it just makes him, he's elite now. If he beats a Benavidez, it just takes him a leap further, like all time great. That's the fight that needs to happen. But I don't know. There's 2 more fights with the PBC deal. I don't know what's gonna happen. That's just what I hope. Canelo right now is probably just taking some time off, resting. He had a very good camp. He trained very hard. I could tell. I mean, he went to the altitude. He was doing the work. No golfing, no nothing, just straight, just because he wanted to prove something to everybody, that he is still the same Canelo. He's still the same guy that was pound for pound #1 in the past, and he is here to prove it. And if he really is about that life, he should make the Benavidez fight next. If Benavidez wins his next fight, which I'm going to be really looking forward to that fight, and that's it. I don't want to see any other fights than the Benavidez fight. Let me know if you guys feel the same way, and we'll see you guys in the next video.